Hello, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this video, it is because you were not in class on Monday or Tuesday, May 4th or 5th. This particular video is created for my 6th and my 8th period because in those classes we're talking about the coronavirus. And so please understand that if you did not make it to class, this video does not fully catch you up. It catches you up on some of the important things, but if you were not in class, then you missed announcements from me. You missed the ability to ask questions, and you also missed the discussion that we were able to have during class. So let me tell you what the main activity was. We read an article, and this article is entitled Feeling Drained by Coronavirus Quarantine? Science Can Explain Why. And so I'm not going to tell you what the article is about. Take a read. And you will understand. I mean, you kind of get an idea about it with the title, but it is your job to read it. And actually, you are supposed to, along with the reading, complete a comprehension quiz on Zoom. I'm sorry, on Nearpod, and I will show you how to do that in just a moment. So we read the article. During the reading, you're going to take the quiz. I'll tell you how to access it soon. The reason we're talking about this is because we wanted to have some conversations about the effect that quarantine can have on mental health. Because it does. I don't know if you guys have ever thought about it that way, but it's not just individual people who are having issues with mental health during quarantine. This is something that everybody experiences, almost everybody. So we started off the lesson with a discussion. The first question was, how have your emotions or attitude, motivation changed over the course of this quarantine? And then I'm asking students to think about any explanations as to why that might be. Okay, so just to be clear about this, when you participate with these discussions in class, you actually get a grade for that. So those of you who are missing class, you're missing out on the opportunity to have a grade for Learning Target 7, Speaking and Listening. After that opening question, we jumped into the quiz, and the quiz was actually taken as we read. Okay, so the way you access that quiz is you go to join.nearpod.com. The code for the quiz is LRSBE. I'll make sure to put the code and the link in the assignment in Schoology for you to see. Something else that's helpful for you to know is the text itself is chunked into, out of that. The text itself is chunked into 4 different chunks, and it's separated by these little lines here. So chunk 1, chunk 2, 3, and lastly 4, okay? And so the reason it's important for you to know that is because the questions that you have on the quiz correspond with particular parts of the article. So for chunk 1, you answer question number 1. For the second chunk, you answer questions 2 through 4, 5, and then 6 through 7, so on, okay? So you know that after you read the first chunk, you can answer question number 1. You'll know the answer, okay? We ended class with a final discussion. Was anything in this article surprising or new to you? Or possibly how might the article have changed your perspective? What are some important takeaways from the article? So in general, important takeaways. And then one of the most important reasons as to why we're reading this question hits that. And it says, what are some ways you've been able to cope successfully, or what can you do to help yourself cope that you haven't already done? And so just a reflection to think about ways that we can get through this and still feel successful, still get what we need to get done, and also feel healthy, okay? So make sure that if you are not in class that you do come talk to me during office hours because there were announcements that you missed. However, if you follow the instructions on this video, you should be able to get at least the quiz and the content taken care of, which is really important for the lesson. Okay, if you have questions, you know how to reach me. Bye.